Alright, today we are playing Bazaar Knights. We got 3 knights here. The new one from the new Final Fantasy set, Cecil, which is pretty cool. It's 2-3 for 1 in Death Touch, which is already kind of a nice stat line. When it deals damage, if you're at half or below, it turns into a 4-4 lifelinker that makes all of your creatures indestructible. So, a lot going on here for 1 mana. And we can replay it from the graveyard with Haakon Stromgald Scourge. You have to play this from your graveyard, and when it's in play, you can play other knights from your graveyard, like Cecil and Wight of the Reliquary. So the idea is, we can put Haakon into the graveyard with other stuff in the deck using Bazaar of Baghdad, and then we can play our knights from the graveyard after we put Haakon into play. We got lots of ways of getting black mana, including Urborg that lets our Bazaar tap for black. Our other big knight here is Wight of the Reliquary, which can find Bazaar of Baghdad. So this is 2 mana. I played this before on the channel in a Aggrovine style. This is kind of an Aggrovine style deck, and it was really good. Considering literally nobody else plays this card, it's in vintage. It was really good, within reason here. It was quite strong. I liked it. It does a lot. It's a 2/2 with vigilance that gets huge because you're dumping a lot of creatures into your graveyard with Bazaar, and this gets +1/+1 for each of them. So this will be quite big and scary very often just on its own, just for 2 mana, big scary creature. Then you can sack another creature, like all these white 1 mana cards, 1 mana creatures you have, in order to go get a land. So the obvious one is to get Bazaar of Baghdad. What this does, it lets you keep hands. So we have Wight of the Reliquary, but you don't have a Bazaar, and still play, in a couple of turns, a strong Bazaar game plan here. But you can also get like Bojuka Bog for graveyard hate. You can get Wasteland or Strip Mine if that's what you need. You can get Cabal Pit to kill Lurrus, or to kill, Orcish Bowmasters or Containment Priest, whatever you want. So it gets Bazaar, but it's also got a toolbox there, and you can also even just get like normal lands if that's really what you want. This card does a ton of stuff in this deck. And you can sack one of these creatures with it, all these 1-drops. But it's a little engine with Bloodghast too. So how this works is if you sacrifice Bloodghast to Wight of the Reliquary, Bloodghast goes to your graveyard, the land comes into play from the Wight's ability, and it triggers, and Bloodghast comes back immediately. So this is just Bloodghast plus Wight of the Reliquary is just going grab a land every turn, which is quite nice. And then Bloodghast obviously is a good synergy with Bazaar. You just put it into your graveyard right away, and then once you play another land drop, it comes back. So with our Bazaar here, we've got a lot of cards we want to put into our graveyard. We want to put Haakon in, we can put Bloodghast in. When we discard our Rootwallas, we play them for free. Once we've discarded 3 cards with Bazaar, Hollow One cost is reduced to 0, it's free. Vengevine into the graveyard is a classic in vintage. And then we can play any of our 2 creatures, including the Basking Rootwalla that we just discarded, in order to bring it back. Grief Evoking also counts as playing a creature, so this could be the second creature you play, just evoking Grief, taking one of their opponent's cards, and then getting your Vengevine back. It's a nice little play. And that's kind of our disruption main deck in the deck. We got the 4 Grief, 4 Reanimate Scam Suite as kind of our protection. We've also got a couple of Thoughtseizes. We have 1 Null Rod, which we can also find with the Demonic Tutor main deck. And then obviously, Deathrite Shaman can hit some graveyard stuff, and some of our lands can be disruptive. But mostly we've got pretty light disruption here, but we're just hoping to throw a lot of power into play. And on top of that, we have some engines, like Haakon gives us some middle game staying power, which is quite good. That's the main deck. If you're still here, throw a like and a subscribe. Helps me grow the channel, which is quite nice. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. That would be a cool little goal to get to. I think I'm 95 as of the making of this video. Any comments help algorithm stuff as well. And then now onto the sideboard. That covers the main deck, you know. A lot of the stuff is pretty standard for Aggrovine decks. The scam package is a bit off meta, and then the knights are obviously kind of my little splash here, but I think they could be pretty good. We will see. Sideboard, we've got hate for other Bazaar decks. The trophies are pretty good against a large swath of things, but it hits graveyard, hate hits white, mono white initiative creatures, you know. And 3 more Null Rods to bring in against the artifact combo decks, like the various PO ones. I'm going for Null Rod over Oof, just because our opponents are going to want removal against us, like swords and stuff, and Null Rod kind of diversifies what we're soft to a little bit. 1 Caracas as a tutor target for Wight. 2 more Thoughtseizes for decks like Doomsday, but we're still pretty soft to Doomsday, but you know, it's something. And then 1 more of the Final Fantasy Fatal Pushes here. Alright, I think that covers the deck. Got any questions, let me know. And you go back a little bit, you can find a thumbnail with Wight of the Reliquary on it. Maybe a month or 2 ago at this point, with a slightly more traditional Aggrovine deck. You know, it's very similar to this, but no Haakon, no Cecil. And it was quite a strong league, so I want to check that out. You can. Yeah, and I'll see you in round 1 here. All right, here we go. We're on the play, and I think that's good enough. Turn 1, Grief, Deathrite Shaman. Dredge, huh? Okay. Dredge, dredge, dredge. Double force. Nope. Reaping, chill, amalgam, amalgam. All right. I think we take 1 turn off here and just Thoughtseize them. So big question here is, do I go for my Wight now, or do I wait? Kind of want to go for the Wight now. Really want to get a Wasteland. They're going to activate in their upkeep here. And then Dredge in their draw step. They got a chill there. They got a hollow one. That's fine. I think we exile their graveyard. Play my Lotus. We can hit their Bazaar right now with the Wight, but then I lose my Shaman. Actually, I can't hit it right now because the land comes into play tapped, so we're just going to pass here. See what they do. I don't really... They have to hit 2 Dredgers here, I just eat one, so I don't really love this. And yeah, they're just off it. Find one Dredger, I just eat it, then they're in trouble. Alright, I want the Leylines, obviously. Not want the Null Rod. Take out a Haakon. Take out a Cecil. The trophies can hit Bazaar, like I don't even hate them when they can hit Hollow One. Sure if they're boarding in graveyard hate against us, but just in case, let's just hedge a little bit here. Having Death Touch means they can block hollow ones, which actually is pretty nice, to be honest. Don't think we really need the Bloodghast engine. Not bad, but... maybe the Bloodghast engine's a little better. Let's try this. Not 100% sold on how I'm doing this. It doesn't do anything. This is borderline, right? I mean, we got pressure. We can try and reanimate their guy on turn 1, but it does feel probably too slow. At this point, I think we have to go Leyline or bust now. Vengevine, Grief, Walla. It's a 4, but it's a heck of a 4, so. Let's see. We have cards we want in here. I think we just wait for a green land. I think we want to save the Bojuka Bog. Alright. So a green land and we're in business here. They've just got to find their second Bazaar here. That's their plan. I think they're going to force whatever we play first, so I'm just going to play the Walla first. No. Maybe they don't have a force, or they weren't baited by us. Alright, fair enough. Alright. They're off it. Got the first one. Alright, here we go. I think we got a mulligan this one. I think we keep this. Vengevine back. I think we do want to play around Wasteland here. We're just gonna Thoughtseize. Oh boy. Thoughtseize. Why is this one hidden? Oh, that is swamp? Oh, it's like a weird swamp. Okay. I guess the Dothy Voidwalker. That makes us getting not the Bayou kind of a problem here. They're probably just going to take the Deathrite Shaman here. They do that. Our best draws are like Mox Sapphire, my Mox Emerald. I just realized we forgot to put a Hogak in the deck. That was a mistake. Soul Spike, huh? What just happened? Got 2 orcs in hand. Two, 3. I guess we want the Wight of the Reliquary here. And we have to hope they don't draw a land here. They drew a land. Alright. We're going to get our Cabal Pit here. Now, we can hit the orc and then Bazaar, or we can just take their Dothy Voidwalker and try and aggro them. I think that's the better plan here. Okay. What are they going to do? Alright, so we're going to respond here. And then Spin our Bazaars. We're going to use the ability on the stack there. We're going to get a probably a Wasteland, I guess. Yeah, I'll get a Wasteland. Seems like a good one. They don't get the token then. All right. They got a Beseech for their last card here. That could be good for them. Black, black, black. Ah, shit. We're dead? Yeah, that was their last. Good last card then. Shieldred, maybe? They've got a second Shieldred there. Yawgmoth's Will's like the Tendrils win. I think they're going to be hard-pressed to win with Tendrils here. And the One Ring, okay. It's a good one. We can cast the Beseech getting... we should have activated our... I messed up. We should have activated this. Cast. Paying mana cost. We're going to get our Null Rod. Play the Null Rod. And we're going to Wasteland them. And we're just going to dump our hand now. Oh, we can almost cast that. Alright. Could have cast the Haakon. Actually, we're 1 mana short. We can cast the Haakon next turn, which is pretty cool. Cast the Haakon and then the Knight from the yard, so that's a fun one. We are frozen. I think I'm going to restart real quick. Alright, I'm back. I was lagging super hard, so I restarted the computer there and sort of sort of got to sideboard, sort of didn't. This is a turn 2 hardcast Grief, turn 1 Walla. Probably not good enough. Alright. It needs some help, but it's got cards in it. Yeah, that's fine. It's not fine, but... What are they doing? They got turn 1 win? No, Dolphy. So we need a green mana, but we can deal with that once we get a green mana. Dark Ritual, March of Wretched Sorrow. Dark Ritual, I guess. Both of these are artifacts, so we can survive a turn. We get to go Wasteland, Null Rod, which is pretty good for us. Still need to find a green land, though. If we don't find a green mana source, we just die to the Dolphy. Which could just happen, apparently. We found a green mana source, but not one that's actually helping us. Actually... we'll grief him. Alright, we need to find a green mana source very, very quickly. Reanimate doesn't do anything. We have one draw step to find a green mana source. Probably should have just waited to Wasteland the next one because the saga was going away anyway. It was a little dumb. Well, we just died. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Alright, hopefully we can sideboard this time though without horrible lags. Alright, let's try this. I think so. It's definitely iffy. Alright. I don't want to give them another land. They got Beseech in hand and they just win. Maybe the end of their turn I can give them a land. Hardcast Spell the Profane. March. Hmm. I think it's this. Try and aggro them out. That's an artifact, so it doesn't help them. That's useful. I can cast this. I gotta. Doesn't do a ton, but it's a little bit of a faster cost. I think it's worth it. Necrodominance. Alright. Alright, let's see what they got here. They got a Black Lotus. They got Chrome Mox. Okay, what? Are they just gonna natural tendrils us or something? Alright, well, we can hit them with the Deathrite Shaman, so I'm not sure. Oh, they can kill the Deathrite Shaman beforehand then. Okay. That's fine. They got a fatal push. They can kill the Deathrite Shaman. They're not dead, so. Could just untap and win then. They probably need a Fatal Push here. What? Oh, I see. Don't think that does anything for us here. Probably dead then. Thought we had that one. Not the cards we wanted here. Hoping for a Reanimate. Black. Demonic Tutor, yep. Black. Colorless. Oh, that gained life? I did not realize that. Alright, I don't quite know why they scooped there, because we can't kill him at 2, but we can hit him to 1, but I'll take it. Okay, here we go again. We are on the play. I think this is a keep. It's a bit sketchy, but I think it's a keep. Why are we frozen? Oh boy. Magic Online is struggling. Ugh. We are in trouble here. The kind of hand where a Bazaar opener would be pretty good, but not having the Bazaar opener means we're just dead because they can deal with all of our stuff. We'll never be able to get our engine online here. They might let this go through. They think they can just get whatever's afterwards, which is quite nice here. This is a combo. I think we're dead then. They get all these tokens. Force of Negation, pitching Force of Will. Alright. You still have the swords though, so they can just attack as they want. That's bad. Alright, well that's something. Oh, we can't because of the Voice of Victory. Do we have main deck removal? I don't think we don't have main deck removal. I don't think any way we win this. Just bringing in all of our removal here. Trim some of the graveyard stuff. Yeah, try this. I guess we could have got a Cabal Pit. Would have been tapped, we'd still be dead, and we had flyers. Nope. Force of Will, Mockingbird, Soul Guide, Plow. Let's take Mockingbird with the first one. We'll reanimate it. Take the Plow. And they'll play the Soul Guide. Take the Voice of Victory. We're definitely not favored from here, but at least we're doing something this game. Now they've got Tundra into something. Tundra into Time Walk. Alright. Wight. Alright. Oh wait, we only have one. I was gonna cycle this, but I forgot that was a punt. I should have had another damage there. I wanted to cycle the hollow one, but I need 2 mana for that. That could cost us the game. Yeah, that 1 point of damage, we just have the win right here. That was just huge punt. I don't know if they have like Snapcaster Mage or something. So we'll see. Alright, we got that one. Alright, let's try this. Yep. Wasteland. Sure. Looking for a Vengevine here. 1, 2. Three. I think they're reading Cecil. Lorian, yep. Maybe I should have kept the Cecil. Yeah, should have kept the Cecil. Could have played the Cecil this turn. Maybe I should have started with the I think I should have started with the Urborg. Yeah, I should have played the Urborg out. They want to Wasteland again. They could have Wasteland the Urborg. Mm-hmm. I want to get the pressure up. That might be the wrong play, though. I was also tempted to Demonic Tutor for the Bazaar there. I probably should have griefed. Yeah, I should have griefed there. That was dumb. Alright, making bad plays. Discard 1. Discard 2. Discard 3. Should have just done this earlier. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, why didn't I block? Cancel. Oh, I forgot. I just lost 2 extra points of damage for no reason. Alright. Was it dumb? Yep. Yeah, I played this badly. It just felt, just didn't. Yeah, this is frustrating. Alright. Yeah, I fucked this up. Okay, here we go again. No, that doesn't do it. That doesn't do it either. Here we got a mulligan. Jeez. What is this? Turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, turn 2 Demonic Tutor for Bazaar. Hope for the best. I mean, we're dead, but I think mulliganing to 4 is also basically a death sentence, so. If they do something crazy here and we're dead, we'll just scoop it up. Scoop, scoop, scoop it up. Cleric. White plum? Sure. I got another plum. Sure. No! Green. Oh, we only have one. No, we fucked ourselves. Alright. I want to get the Vengevine back next turn. But yeah, this was bad. They got another White Plum? Peacekeeper. Sure. We still can't double cast here. I forgot we can't. I got Dungeoneer. Oh jeez. Witch Enchanter. It's fine. Trap. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got this then. They got nothing. Actually, we don't. Can't win this turn. We have to do that. We're just going to play this now so that we have another attacker, even though it doesn't really do much. That was on a mull to what? 4 or 5? Jeez. Not bad. I don't like the Thoughtseizes on the draw, really. And do our usual skim some of the graveyard stuff. Yep. And it's got weaknesses for sure, but we're not shipping it. Wait, Dungeoneer? Yep. Archon Containment Priest, huh? Annoyingly, we have our swamp here. Even if we take the initiative, we won't really do anything with it. We need to draw a green mana source. Right here. Right now. Nope, that won't even work. Okay. Without. We're dead. think this is still fine. Just gonna send it back. Jeez. I mean, it's a keep, but I think this is hard cast Grief. Then try and reanimate it. I assumed they were going to name Reanimate, so I almost didn't check, but they didn't. They named Trophy. Interesting. They know we can't do anything here. They know our whole hand. Mox. White Plume, they got the initiative back then. Yeah, they're just dead if we do this. Yeah. Alright, so we got there. Alright, here we go again. So, it's a decent hand. We'll keep that. Dredge. Silver Smoke Ghoul, Icarid, Stinkweed Imp. I think we try and play the Deathrite Shaman then. We have to hope they've got just a terrible luck right here. We're almost certainly dead. Maybe we should just hit the Bazaar and try to find the Oh, we're so dead. We need to draw Bojuka Bog right here. That's our only chance. We have to draw Bojuka Bog. That's not a Bojuka Bog. Wasteland would have been nice too. They've got so many dredgers. Just dead. Just dead. I don't think there's anything we can do at this point. I'm just gonna scoop it up. We're dead. Blah. Alright. In Leyline. Out Haakon. Out Null Rod. Out. Probably a little bit more of the what did we do last time? That looks about right. Forget what I did last time. No green mana. Can't keep that. I think we have to keep it, but it's not good. Cecil! Ah, fuck. Alright. I mean, if they probably have Hollow on. Yep. I'd prefer to hold the Bojuka Bog, but I don't want to die to hollow ones, so. That was not ideal. Alright, I'm regretting a lot of my life choices right now. Do they have a Force of Will? Force of Will. They do. Alright. They double queuing? Why is it so slow? If they have a force, they can force this, because we can pump them and stuff. Probably have a removal spell here. Yep. Alright, we'll give this a whirl. Maybe change this up slightly. The Vengevines can block and trade with hollow ones, so Not the worst thing in the world. Hollow one? No. Means they probably have a Bazaar. They probably have a I shouldn't have done this. I should have just played the knight. I don't want to get 2 for 1 by the Force of Vigor here. Well, I do want to dig to more graveyard hate, so. Wait. Why did I discard the hollow one? That was an accident. That was an accident. I assume we're getting Force of Vigor here, it doesn't matter, but it feels really smart. Now this is a smart player about to get Force of Vigor. We're playing around it. Yep. So now we get hit by Force of Vigor. Yep. Now we're in trouble. Now they do this in their upkeep. Jeez. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. Double Bazaar, of course. Yeah, it's a strong hand. Well, that's bad too. Yeah, we're just got outdone here. There's nothing we can do. Alright. Okay, so overall, nice 3-2 here. Nice positive finish with our Bazaar Knights deck. I think that's all you can really ask for when you're playing Bazaar Knights. I'm quite happy with that. I did get this one too. I'm not sure why this is showing 1-0, but had a really strong start here. And then even the two matches we lost, we still got to game 3 and just didn't break our way and had some nice clean 2-0s here. So yeah, pretty happy with this. The deck definitely has a lot of strength to it. Nice 3-2. I think, like I mentioned during the league, I think there should be a Hogak or two in here. I think Hogak's kind of like the most obvious thing that we don't have. We didn't get to do too much with Haakon. I think we could go down to one Haakon. It's still a nice to have, and situationally it can be amazing, but it is situational. It's a black card. It just goes to the graveyard, you play it. I think there's worth having one in here, but I think I would cut one Haakon for one Hogak. This is the first thing I would do. And maybe one Cecil for Hogak number 2, or Null Rod number 2 in the main. I think those are kind of the changes I'd be looking at. Probably go down to one Hogak, one Cecil. Yep, I think I like that. One Hogak, one Cecil. Having a nice 1-mana creature in the deck that's powerful is really nice for whatever the Reliquary on top of the Deathrite Shamans and stuff. But I think one Cecil, one Haakon, 2 Hogak, or one Hogak, one Null Rod, that kind of thing I like. Otherwise, yeah, pretty happy. If you got any other ideas for how to improve the list or whatnot, let me know down below. I'd be curious. I do really like this kind of deck, so every month or two I do play something in the Aggrovine range. If you go back in my other videos, you will find other Aggrovine sort of style decks. I really like the land Bazaar kind of decks. They're a lot of fun. Really my favorite type of Bazaar decks are the ones with the lands in here. You can play kind of really cool builds. Yeah. I haven't done a survival one in a while. Maybe I should do a survival deck, huh? Alright. Anyway, if you're still here, like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Helps to grow the channel. Almost at 100 subscribers. That'd be a nice little goal for me. And then any comments down below. If you got any ideas, let me know. And alright, see you next time.